Dear children, today we are going to start the second lesson from the fifth unit. The name of the lesson is Quality and it is written by John Galsworthy. He was an English novelist and playwright. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1932. This lesson tells us the story of German shoemakers Gessler brothers. Now read and understand the lesson. I knew him from the days of my extreme youth because he made my father's boots. He lived with his elder brother in his shop, which was in a small by street in a fashionable part of London. The shop had a certain quiet distinction. There was no sign upon it other than the name of Gessler Brothers, and in the window a few pairs of boots. He made only what was ordered, and what he made never failed to fit. To make boots as he made seemed to me then and still seems to me mysterious and wonderful. I remember well my shy remarks one day while stretching out to him my youthful foot. Isn't it awfully hard to do, Mr. Gessler? And his answer, given with a sudden smile from out of the redness of his beard, it is an art. Dear children, the narrator knew the younger of the Gessler brothers from his extreme youth because he made his father's boots. Gessler, the younger, lived with his elder brother in his shop, which was in a small by street in a fashionable part of London. Dear children, the second paragraph explains how was Gessler brothers' shoe shop peculiar. Among the expensive shops, their shop was the simpler one. They did not give any sign upon its surface. There was just a board and their German names were written on it, Gessler Brothers. And in the window, a few pairs of boots. Dear children, he made only what was ordered by the customers. And the unique features of the boots were that his boots never failed to fit. The narrator always thought that the boots were strange but extremely good, so he always admired the maker. One day, when the narrator was in Gessler's shop, he asked shyly to him whether it was greatly hard to make boots or not. He asked it because he was too curious. Then Mr. Gessler smiled and answered, "This is an art." Dear children, he was a German. That is why his English had a German accent. The narrator says that it is not possible to go to Gessler's shop frequently because his boots lasted very long. It was not possible to go to him very often. His boots lasted terribly, having something beyond the temporary, some essence of boot stitched into them. One went in not as into most shops, but restfully, as one enters a church and sitting on the single wooden chair waited, a guttural sound, and the tip-tap of his slippers beating the narrow wooden stairs, and he would stand before one without a coat, a little bent, in leather apron, with sleeves turned back, blinking as if awakened from some dream of boots. And I would say, "How do you do, Mr. Gessler? Could you make me a pair of Russian leather boots?" Dear children, the narrator says that it is not possible to go to Gessler's shop because his boots lasted very long. He compares Gessler's shop with a church for the peace of mind one feels inside the shop. It is like going into a church. Once inside, the customer has to sit on a wooden chair, like inside a church. Then Mr. Gessler would stand before the customer without a coat, a little bent, in leather clothing, with sleeves turned back, blinking as if awakened from some dream of boots.